Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going,
Deep diving.
deep diving into something I know a lot of you have been asking about, Chiu and Paulo Avelino.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of buzz. Are they not?
Right.
We have some articles and even a clip from It's Showtime
Oh, fun.
that we're going to be looking at. So
It's Showtime is like, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, most of you probably know, but it's like the Filipino variety show, right? It's got the energy, it's unscripted and always giving you some killing,
right,
which is romantic excitement.
exactly.
So,
This is where things got very interesting with Kim and Paulo.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to that December 7th episode.
yeah.
Because I know you wanted to talk about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, Ganda, one of the hosts, he is known for being playful, but he's also bold. And he just straight up asked Kim, "JOWA mo na ba si Paulo Avelino?"
Wow.
Which, for, if you don't speak Tagalog, it basically means, is Paulo Avelino your boyfriend?
He just put her on the spot. Like,
On the spot.
can you imagine?
Especially on a show like It's Showtime, which is all about raw and unrehearsed moments, right? That's what makes it so fun to watch. That's why it's so popular.
Exactly.
Right.
So how did she react? How did Kim handle that?
I mean, she did what any, seasoned showbiz pro would do. She laughed it off, maybe a little blush here and there, and just, expertly dodged a straight answer.
Right. Classic Kim.
Classic Kim Chiu.
But, there's dodging a question, and then there's like that split second where you're like, ooh, are they hiding something?
Right. It's that reaction that has fans dissecting every frame,
Yes.
every micro expression. Like, is she really a good actress? Or are there some real feelings behind that nervous laughter?
I mean, and let's not forget, this isn't the first time that this has come up.
Oh, absolutely not.
The whole Pappy incident.
Right.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't know what happened, fill us in.
So a while back in an interview, she just casually refers to Paulo as Papi.
Okay. And for context, for those who don't know, what are the implications of using Pappy in that context?
So in Filipino culture, that word, it's very loaded.
Yeah.
It means it implies intimacy and affection that you wouldn't really use with anyone, especially on, publicly.
Especially publicly.
So for her to use it so casually, it definitely raised some eyebrows.
Yeah. So was this a slip of the tongue? Was this a hint? Was she just being playful? We'll never know.
We'll never know. But it added fuel to the fire.
Definitely. Definitely. So then on top of that, you have the It's Showtime moment.
Yeah.
It's no surprise that that episode went viral.
No.
I mean, everyone was analyzing everything. They were analyzing the other hosts' reactions,
I know.
the glances, the laughs.
And that's the thing about It's Showtime, it's a good mix of genuine reactions and some cleverly orchestrated moments. They keep you on your toes. They keep you watching.
Okay, well, speaking of keeping you watching,
Yes.
their on-screen chemistry is undeniable. I mean, some critics are calling them the most relevant love team of the year, and honestly, I get it.
I mean, it's not just hype. They have something special on screen.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene and mention specific show, movie, and scene? The way they looked at each other. It's just pure killing.
It was, and you see that spark in basically all of their projects together.
Yeah.
So, it makes you wonder, is it all acting? Or is there something more?
Right. Is it just acting, or are we seeing a peek behind the curtain?
Right.
And that's what's so interesting about the whole love team phenomenon in Filipino showbiz. It's fascinating.
Okay, so there's a whole system at play here,
Oh, yeah.
beyond just two actors with great chemistry.
Absolutely. Love teams have been a cornerstone of Filipino entertainment for decades. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all about taking two stars, building that chemistry and letting the audience kind of fill in the blanks.
But it's almost like manufactured romance in a way.
In a way, yes. But it's also tapping into something very real in Filipino culture.
Okay.
There's this love of romance and killing and, seeing their favorite stars find love, even if it's just on screen.
And it works. It translates into real world success, right?
Big time.
For these actors.
Oh, yeah. A successful love team means more projects, more endorsements. It can even boost individual careers.
Wow.
Because fans get so invested in the pair.
Right.
That loyalty, it's powerful.
So it's working for Kim and Paulo. They're clearly riding this wave.
They are. They are. Whether intentionally or not, they're feeding the frenzy a little bit.
Right.
Just enough to keep people guessing. Dropping those hints and keeping things ambiguous.
Right.
That Pappy slip, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Talk about fueling the fire.
But is there a risk that this could backfire?
There's always a risk. If they deny the rumors too strongly, then they might disappoint fans who are invested in that love team narrative.
Right.
But if they lean into it too much, it could overshadow their individual talents.
Okay.
So it's a balancing act.
A delicate one at that.
Yeah.
And what about the fans? I feel like they play a huge role in this too.
Oh my gosh. Huge. The fans in the Philippines are so passionate, so engaged. They're dissecting every interview, every social media post, even just like a glance, like they're looking for clues.
It's like a collective detective agency.
It really is. It really is. And I've seen some of the theories online.
Oh my gosh.
Wild.
Yeah.
But it's more than just gossip. For a lot of fans, these love teams represent an escape, a fantasy,
Okay.
a world where love always wins.
Yeah.
And they have real impact, their reactions, their support. It all influences decisions that these actors and studios are making.
So they're shaping the narrative.
In a way, yes, absolutely. Their enthusiasm can make or break a love team.
Wow.
And the studios know this. They're monitoring those fan reactions very closely.
It's like a whole other level of the entertainment industry
Yeah.
that I don't think people even realize.
It's a symbiotic relationship. The fans fuel the hype and the stars, whether they mean to or not. They're providing that fuel.
So back to the main question. Are Chiu and Paulo Avelino really good actors? Or is there something more?
I mean, that is the million-dollar question. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it all. The ambiguity keeps us guessing.
It's a brilliant marketing strategy, even if it's unintentional.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Keeps them top of mind,
Yes.
creates buzz for their projects, keeps fans engaged.
Exactly. And even if they're not officially a couple, this whole situation, it could actually lead to something real.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about it.
So all this speculation, the on-screen chemistry, the fans, could it actually push them towards a real romance?
It's possible. I mean, we've seen it happen before with other celebrity couples. Sometimes those lines between what's real and what's not, they can get blurry, especially when you're spending so much time together, playing those roles.
So even if it's all just an act right now,
Yeah.
it could still turn into something real.
It's not impossible. And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. It's like watching a real-life drama unfold.
Yeah. So if we're looking for answers, where do we go from here? What should we pay attention to?
Well, keep an eye on their upcoming projects. Are they going to be cast as a couple again? How do they interact at, promotional events? Those sparks fly off screen, too.
Right. It's like we're all amateur detectives now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And social media is the perfect place to, gather your evidence, pay attention to their posts, the captions, who they're interacting with. Even just a like or a comment could mean something.
Ooh, it's like a whole secret language.
Right. And then, of course, there are the interviews.
Right.
They might not, say anything directly, but their choice of words, their tone, even their body language can give you clues.
It's all about reading between the lines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is that this whole situation, even if it's, orchestrated, it could become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, how so?
Well, the more they're cast as a couple, the more the fans speculate, the more time they spend together. It could create the perfect environment for real feelings to develop.
Wow. So you're saying all this hype could actually lead to them becoming a real couple?
It's happened before. Think about it. They're both attractive. They're talented. Spending all this time together playing these passionate roles, it's easy to see how it could happen.
So even if it's all smoke and mirrors right now, there could still be a happy ending.
Stranger things have happened, and that's what makes this so captivating. We're all invested in this story, waiting to see what happens.
This is why I love these deep dives.
Yeah.
We get to explore these stories, analyze the evidence, draw our own conclusions. It's like we're part of a mystery.
And the best part, there's no right or wrong answer.
Right?
It's all about interpretation. Speculation keeps it exciting.
Okay, so for all of you at home trying to figure out the Kim and Paulo situation, what's the takeaway?
Pay attention. Don't just passively take in the information. Actively engage with it.
Okay.
Look for those details, the nuances, the things that maybe don't quite add up.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to let your imagination run wild a little.
Of course. That's half the fun.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the Chiu and Paulo Avelino saga. It's been fun.
Lots of intrigue and definitely some killing.
And remember, the truth is out there somewhere. So keep those detective hats on and happy sleuthing, everyone.